Greetings, travelers. Welcome to the BMX training flatland learning stream. Yesterday, something was wrong with the Twitch app or something, so I couldn't do a stream. I did a stream on Reddit, but couldn't get this one to work, so kind of skipped yesterday. So yeah, here we are once again. There's so many things to be learned. I know these streams are probably super boring to watch, but I will say, I mean, at this point I'm honestly not really like streaming for the views, you know, to get viewership and stuff like that. Maybe I should be, but at this point I feel like it motivates me to at least try and keep going. I feel like when I've actually heard this from many other streamers is, you know, like once you press the go live button right on the side right there, it just kind of makes you want to do something, right? Just even anything. Another thing I've been kind of realizing too about streaming is that it kind of keeps me off of my phone as much. I have noticed when I wasn't streaming and I'd try and just ride in the garage, right? I get really distracted. I'd like be on my phone, or I get frustrated trying to learn a trick and I end up just giving up. I just start, you know, playing a game on my phone or something like that. So I feel like when I'm streaming it kind of feels like I gotta get to doing something, right? Anyway, what we're gonna do today, we're gonna do a Bible study devotional. I think today we're gonna cover something. I saw somebody post something about Archangel Michael, right? I think there's only actually been one time I've actually mentioned Michael on the stream, and I think it was when we did. By the way, if you don't want to listen to this, I'd probably skip the next 40 minutes. Actually, I should be actually checking to see if the stream's even going to be working. I don't know why it wasn't working yesterday. There was something wrong. I heard a lot of people saying the Twitch mobile app or something was not working. So let me just do a little check-in to see if it is working, because it might not even be working right now. Twitch. Okay, here we go. It is working. Alrighty. So, what are we getting into? Okay, yeah. Archangel Michael. As far as I recall, the only time I brought up Michael on the stream has been when we did a study on angels and how they can potentially help to answer our prayers, right? We went into Daniel. I think it's Daniel. I can't really remember exactly. I think it's Daniel 10, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. It's somewhere in Daniel where we did the study and the commentators went into how Daniel was praying, and if memory serves me correct, is Gabriel and Michael went to go in and relay that his prayers were answered and stuff like that. So because of Daniel and what was written in Daniel, some have speculated that angels can help to answer our prayers, right? I guess since we're going into angel lore, we can go into Hebrews. I think it's Hebrews 13:2, right? 13:2 or 13:4 about trying to entertain angels, right? I just look it up. Okay, let's see here. Let's just see if I was correct. Hebrews 13:2. Hebrews 13:2. 13:2. Was that it? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Interesting. I actually somewhat remember this verse now, which is pretty cool, right? I brought it up many times. I think this verse actually started getting me into looking at the prayers and how prayers can potentially sometimes be answered by angels, right? The KJV says, "Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares," right? Angels are an interesting thing because also if we look back into Ezekiel and other parts of the Old Testament, there are mentions of angels, and I think by this point, I think most people, I think, that have the internet have seen like the memes of the angels with a bunch of eyes on their wings, and they have like four wings or something like that. Which is, I think, the mentionings of the four living creatures, and not necessarily the angels themselves. But I'm probably pretty wrong on that. So I guess maybe we'll just get into looking deeper into the lore of that, right? But I did see some people posting some stuff on the Archangel Michael, so I guess we could look into that, right? But I think just this one's just interesting. You know, be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares, right? So that means. Now, there was this believer I met in Long Beach, and because of this verse and because of this other verse about what's it like? It's the parable of helping Christ, but you didn't know you were actually helping Christ, right? He goes on and says, you know, you came and visited me in jail, you clothed me, you gave me food and stuff like that, right? But the thing is, he ends that parable or something saying like that they didn't actually know it was the Lord Jesus Christ, you know, in there, and because of that parable, or I don't even know if that was a parable or not, but because of that, what was written in that, I think it's in Matthew somewhere. There was this believer in Long Beach, and he was telling me that because of that, and because of Hebrews 13:2 about the angels unawares. He was saying that sometimes angels, or actually not sometimes, actually in a lot of occasions, angels will actually come in the form of the lowest of the low and very destitute people to almost somewhat like judge humanity, to see like I guess, you know, their charity and stuff like that. Now I don't know if that's correct or not. I have heard that from a believer, and he did mention a lot of scriptures to that, and I thought it was just interesting, right? And it's just interesting knowing that, like, you never know if that person that is a stranger is actually an angel, right? And it's actually weird. So because of Hebrews 13:2, I guess angels can come in the form of humans, right? Because I actually have heard some people bring up the question, well, angels aren't supposed to look like humans, right? Well, because of Hebrews 13:2, I guess that kind of negates that, right? I don't know, but that's how I see it, anyway. Okay, so let's get into some lore. Let's do a study on Archangel Michael, right? Let's see, first, before we get into the study of it, let's see where Michael is mentioned in... So, from my understanding, he's mentioned in Daniel and I think Revelations. I think he's only mentioned 2 times. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he might be mentioned only 2 times. Let's we'll just read this one. Okay, I guess this will be a good one, a good overview. This is Bible Study Tools. I haven't read this one before. I will say Archangel Michael has some amazing artwork. He has some gnarly artwork that's been done, especially of serpents and dragons, and it's actually kind of strange because I've seen Archangel Michael. Some people have portrayed him with a spear. Some people, most indications of him, it seems like he has a sword. Now take this with a grain of salt. I have heard that somebody said that Archangel Michael could have been, maybe potentially been, the guardian gatekeeper of the Garden of Eden. There's an angel that was mentioned that had a flaming sword. It's kind of interesting. Every time I see a flaming sword now, I can't help but picture like that's been influenced from like the angelic, right? Okay, so let's see here. Who is Archangel Michael in the Bible? Michael is known as God's archangel, which means chief angel. Scripture often refers to the Archangel Michael as the chief prince of the heavenlies. This angel will play an important part in the end time events. He will lead a multitude of angels in a triumphant war over Satan and his demons in Revelation 12. Michael is not merely one of the angels, but the head of a battalion of angels, though their ultimate leader is God. In the book of Revelation, Saint Michael the Archangel commands God's armies against Satan's forces. It is during the war in heaven Archangel Michael conquers Satan. After the battle, Satan is cast to earth with the fallen angels, where he, that ancient serpent called the devil, continues their efforts to lead the whole world astray. In the book of Jude, Michael is referred to as the Archangel Michael. Learn more about Michael the Archangel from our collection of Bible verses below. Okay, so we're going to continue reading it. Okay, so these are scriptures of Saint Michael the Archangel. But when the Archangel Michael contended with the devil, was disputing about the body of Moses, he did not presume to pronounce a blasphemous judgment, but said, "The Lord rebuke you." Jude 1:9. At that time shall arise Michael, the great prince who was charge of your people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never has been since there was a nation till that time. But at that time your people shall be delivered, everyone whose name shall be found written in the book. Daniel 12:1. So does that mean in the end times there will be Archangel will maybe come to arise in maybe more of a more pronounced fashion, maybe, right? In reality, and it kind of makes me wonder. Imagine just like, what if Archangel Michael has just been like traveling the realms of Earth, right? Just observing humanity, just in the shadows or something. Just kind of just seeing what people are doing. Okay, let's see here. I don't know. Take that with a grain of salt. I don't know if that's correct or not, but just because of Hebrews 13:2, sometimes I think of that. The prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days, but Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me. For I was left there with the kings of Persia. Daniel 10:13. For the Lord himself will descend from heaven with a cry of command, with the voice of an archangel, and with the sound of a trumpet of God, and the dead in Christ will rise first. 1 Thessalonians 4:16. Wow, there's a lot of verses about, a lot more verses than I actually remembered. I literally thought there was only 2 places in the Bible, and it kind of goes to show how much I have forgotten, right? There's actually a lot. But I will tell you what is inscribed in the book of truth. There is none who contends by my side against these except Michael your prince. Daniel 10:21. The Son of Man will send his angels, and they will gather out his kingdom all causes of sin and lawbreakers. Matthew 13:41. Now arose in heaven Michael and his angels fighting against the dragon. And the dragon and his angels fought back. But he was defeated, and there was no longer any place for them in heaven. And the great dragon was thrown down, that ancient serpent who is called the devil and Satan, the deceiver of the whole world. He was thrown down to the earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. Revelations 12:7-9. Okay, so we're going to keep continuing on. Let's see. Archangel Michael in the end times. Man, there's a lot of stuff on Bible. What is this? Bible study tools. I've never read this. This is pretty interesting. Okay, so the Archangel Michael will play a significant part in the end time events. Michael, the great prince, the protector of your people, shall arise. Daniel 12:1. He might be the angel of 1 Thessalonians 4:16, of whom Paul writes, "The Lord himself, with a cry of command, with the archangel's call and the sound of God's trumpet, will descend from heaven, and the dead in Christ will rise first." This angel leads a host of angels in a victorious war over Satan and his demons in Revelation 12. I just read this. They're kind of this must be somebody else. It almost seems like they're just reinterpreting what they just wrote in the earlier part. I guess we'll read it. Michael is not merely one of the angels, but the head of a battalion of angels, though not their ultimate leader. That would be God. Christ's apostles would have understood military hierarchy exemplified by the Roman system, where Caesar was in command and the Senate operated as an advisory body to Rome's magistrates. Top military officials were drawn from the Senate, consisting of Roman citizens. In other words, an angelic hierarchy would have made sense to listeners during the time of Christ, which is why artists have often depicted Michael as a warrior. Here is an example of Raphael. By Raphael. Michael is portrayed as the great captain of angels and the warrior helping with children of Israel. He was recognized as the helper of the church's armies against the heathen and against the attackers of the devil, and numerous representations of Michael in art reflect his character as a warrior. So Raphael, that's actually an interesting name, right? Because I'm pretty sure I've only listened to, I never actually read the Book of Enoch, and now I know this is out of canon, right? There's some controversies about the Book of Enoch. And some believers say, oh, you shouldn't read it, you're not supposed to read it. Some believers say you should read it because it's important, because a lot of the people that were actually writing scriptures actually read the Book of Enoch and stuff like that, and it was written during the same time periods. I listened to it once, right? You can listen to it on YouTube. It's only like 4 hours long or something like that, I think. It's not that long. If memory serves me right, Raphael I don't even think is even mentioned in the Bible. But I think the Book of Enoch was the first time I actually heard the name of the angel Raphael, right? Let's look that up. Raphael angel. So supposedly Raphael in Tobit 12:15 is to be one of the 7 holy angels, archangels. And that's just strange, huh? And what's weird about the Book of Enoch is they call... Well, actually, you know what? There's a strange correlation now I'm making. So I think in the Book of Enoch they actually call the angels the Watchers, right? Like the Watchers, right? And they went into I think the Book of Enoch's actually very interesting in terms of a lore aspect, because it almost gets into the lore of like demons. It goes into the angels actually coming to earth and God giving them gifts or something like that, right? And knowledge, like gifts and knowledge. And I think some of it they were supposed to not like do something with it, and then it went out into humanity, and then humans learned it, and then all sorts of stuff happened, and then something about part of the angels started mating with humans, and I think ultimately that sprang up the demons and stuff like that. I don't know. Take that with a huge grain of salt. I haven't listened to it in a long time, but in terms of the Watchers, right? It's just very interesting. Because if we think about like the Watchers, right, just the word, the Watchers, right, it's just strange, right? I don't think that's mentioned in the actual Bible. I know it's mentioned in Enoch. But in Hebrews 13:2, if we just read this again, right, be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares, right? So it kind of makes me wonder, like, what if like angels are just like around, like just strangers that are potentially angels, or just watching humanity, right? They're just observing, just seeing what humans are up to, right? Now I know this is kind of controversial in some sense, I know it's controversial because I looked some things up on it, and there's some pretty wild videos of it. But I don't think this is part of the angelic, because we're going into the 4 living creatures now, mentioned in Ezekiel and also in Revelation, so the 4 living creatures mentioned in Ezekiel, they always say something about the wheels, right? The wheels, and they're spinning, and the spirit of the 4 living creatures are actually in the wheels, and stuff like that, right? Some have mentioned that actually these UFOs that humanity has been seeing for many, many years now, right? It's strange that a lot of when you hear a lot of these depictions of these UFOs and stuff, right? They always mention them as these circular discs, right? And you're just like, what in the world? And even to this day, like, I think if you look up like alien stuff, they still mention that it's a circular disc and it can move like crazy. And I'm pretty sure there's something actually in the Bible in Ezekiel that talks about these wheels that move around. And sometimes it makes me wonder if that's like, take this with a huge grain of salt, right? But it makes me wonder, like, potentially, did Ezekiel way back in the day, right? What if he saw those exact same things and it's just somehow correlated with something greater on a grander scale of, you know, what if it has something to do with the 4 living creatures kind of observing humanity. Hey, what's up, man? My bad. I haven't looked at the chat. Just kind of getting into some scriptures that we actually started studying some things on the Archangel Michael, right? But what's weird now? I always bring this up too, but you know, Revelation 6:5-6, right? Or 5 through 6, yeah. When he opened the 3rd seal, I heard the 3rd living creature say, "Come." And I looked, and behold, a black horse, and its rider had a pair of scales in his hand. And I heard what seemed to be in the voice of the midst of the 4 living creatures, saying, "A quart of wheat for a denarius, and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius, and do not harm the oil and the wine," right? I think what's weird is I've looked this verse up. Even I've looked up verses in terms of like sermons and just this commentaries, and what's weird with the commentaries they never really go into is that the 4 living creatures mentioned in this verse right here are literally the creatures closest to God's throne, right? The 4 living creatures. It's so gnarly to think about. And what's weird is the 4 living creatures have almost pre-warned humanity to not damage the oil. You know, it says, "Do not harm the oil." And I don't know, I just think that's a little strange. Take that as you will. But, yeah, yeah, take that as you will, but let's see. Let's look at some other stuff that is mentioned. Okay, a lot of this stuff. Okay, Michael stands guard over Israel. In Daniel's last vision, an angel describes how the last days will play out for the Jews. It is at this time that Michael, the great prince who stands guard over the sons of your people, will arise. Daniel 12:1. The angel also refers to Michael as Daniel's prince. Daniel 10:21. The Bible doesn't say what standing guard entails, but it is very clear that Michael has special responsibilities for Israel. Michael only says 4 words in the Bible. Well, 3 Greek words that are often translated into 4 English words in Jude. Michael says to you, "Satan, the Lord rebuke you." That's pretty interesting, right? That's the only words that Michael has ever said in the scriptures, right? The Lord rebuke you. And a lot of that's kind of just what we over. Okay, okay. Now this is going to get a little off topic, but let's look up Archangel Michael in Enoch. Let's see what it says in here. Now, so this is non-canonical, so don't take it with a huge grain of salt, right? So, but I'm just curious to see what this is going to say. Let's see here. Okay, so let's see here. 2 earlier visions of Enoch, chapter LXXI 1. And this is the book of Enoch, by the way. So we're going to read some of this. So take it with a grain of salt, you know. But we're going to, it mentions Michael, right? So we're going to just, you know, because I've already looked up some stuff and they're basically re-saying the same thing over. But they haven't really mentioned this stuff, so we're going to read it. And it came to pass after this that my spirit was translated, and it ascended into the heavens. And I saw the holy sons of God. They were stepping on flames of fire. Their garments were white, and their raiments, and their faces shone like snow. And I saw 2 streams of fire, and the light of that fire shone like hyacinth, and fell on my face before the Lord of spirits. And the angel Michael, one of the archangels, seized me by my right hand, and lifted me up, and led me forth into all the secrets. And he showed me all the secrets of righteousness. And he showed me all the secrets of the ends of heaven, of the heaven, and all the chambers of all the stars, and all the luminaries, whence they proceeded before the face of the holy ones. And he translated my spirit into the heaven of heavens, and I saw there, as it were, a structure built of crystals, and between those crystals tongues of living fire. And my spirit saw the girdle which girt that house of fire, and on its 4 sides were streams full of living fire, and they girt that house. And round were seraphim, cherubic, and Ophanim, and these they who sleep not, and guard the throne of his glory. And I saw angels who could not be counted, 1,000 thousands, and 10,000 times 10,000, encircling that house. And Michael, and Raphael, and Gabriel, and Phanuel, and the holy angels who were above the heavens go in and out of that house. And they that came from that house, and Michael, and Gabriel, Raphael, Phanuel, and many holy angels without number. And with them the head of days, his head white as pure as wool, and his raiment indescribable. Which is actually very interesting, right? That verse right here in Enoch right here, that's actually mentioned in not the head of days part, but the hair is like wool. It's actually mentioned somewhere in Revelations, now I remember it. Anyway, let's go back to this. And I fell on my face, and my whole body became relaxed, and my spirit was transfigured. And I cried with a loud voice with the spirit of power, and blessed and glorified and exalted. So that's interesting, huh? So it's weird because, like, in Enoch he says and he lifted me up and led me forth into all the secrets, and he showed me all the secrets of righteousness, right? But take that with a huge grain of salt, right? Because some people don't believe that Enoch was of any importance, and the book of Enoch's totally not, you know, people shouldn't even read it, so you got to take it with a grain of salt, so, you know, but that's what the book of Enoch mentioned of Archangel Michael. And let's see here. Yeah. So, an overview, Archangel Michael is going to play a pivotal role in the end times. There's something in a, you know. So now let's do a card draw. And we'll get into bike riding. I'm a little late today. Okay, let's see here. Sometimes I wonder if, like, the angels have their own spirits. Because, you know, like, okay, so here's why I say that is because, you know, like, how demons can, like, invade people's bodies, like devils, like, if we look into the story of when the Lord Jesus Christ, he casted out the demons, which were the name of Legion, out of that one man, and that one man had 2,000 demons in that person, right? Or devils. In the KJV they call them devils. So it makes me wonder, do you think, like, angels have their own spirits that they can, like, put, you know, like, so that would be an interesting thing, right? Like, what if, like, I don't know, I don't really know, I guess the Bible really doesn't mention that, but it's just strange how, like, demons can have their own somewhat spirit and they can, like, invade people. And I'm wondering, like, can you be, like, do angels do that too? Or is it just, do angels have a physical form? Or, I don't know, Weird. Maybe they're just the watchers, right? They're just watching over humanity. We got to remember, we need to learn how to entertain strangers unawares, right? And show hospitality. Okay, let's see what we draw today. Oh, you're still here, man. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I think they have their spirits. Yeah, it's weird, huh? I guess I could look that up, but I really don't even know, right? Like, I don't know, like, could you get just, like, the spirit of an angel in you, just like you could get a spirit of a demon in you, right? I don't know, it's like, it's weird, right? I don't really understand that, but, who knows? Okay, first card of the day. New Benalia. Second card. Overtaker. Okay, so you know what's weird about this card? Okay, so actually, see how this card has like a halo? See the halo on this card? Well, you know, what's strange is I know this isn't biblical artwork, right? But just the halo itself, the first representations of, like, the halo was in biblical artwork. Well, I'm pretty sure it was anyway. And what's weird about, like, the halo is I actually looked up, like, the halo, right? Like, why do people have halos, right? Where did the halo come from? And there's really not much lore about the halo, because the halo really isn't even mentioned in the scriptures, right? In terms of like a definitive, oh, they have a circular halo around their head or something like that, right? But what is mentioned in the scriptures is in Ezekiel. If you look up Ezekiel and the wheels, and the spirit of the four living creatures are in the wheels, sometimes it makes me wonder if the halo's representation in Christian artwork, even back in history, was almost a representation of the wheels that are mentioned in Ezekiel, right? And I know this sounds completely bizarre, but what if, like, because some people have mentioned that the wheels could potentially be UFOs that we see today, because there's even people that say the you know, the circular, it sounds cheesy, right? The whole circular UFO thing, right? Well, what's weird is people still see that same circular UFO thing today. Like, even because people, you know, it's just strange, right? Like, even like people in high like government positions and stuff like that, like in like the all these crazy things, they say they've seen these things, right? And like, what if like the halos were somewhat like something of God, right? Of like the spirit of the living creatures, like almost like giving that person a halo of insight, right? Of like, man, that would be so weird if if you had a halo, it meant like you had some sort of godly spirit or something, right? Because it's like, I mean, I never see like artwork of like a demon with a halo, right? I never see that, right? So it's like, I don't know. Halos are weird. Look, you can look it up. There's really like, it's strange. It's like, it's strange about that whole thing. Okay, we got this one. It's a third card, Angelic Armaments. So what's weird about this card, just because it reminds me of looking up the Bible commentaries on how angels could potentially answer our prayers. And I know this says angelic armaments, but sometimes I wonder, like, you know, so if we look into like Psalms 37, right, where it says like the Lord establishes our steps, right? Let's look at that. So Psalms 37, the steps of a man are established by the Lord when he delights in his way, right? And there's other verses saying like the Lord, like, you know, basically goes before us and lays out our steps and stuff. And sometimes it makes me wonder if, like, how cool would it be if you didn't know, but that you found some sort of item, or you got exactly what you needed at that right time, and it was actually an angel that helped answer your prayer, right? What if like the angel, like sometimes I wonder if that's how like God sometimes answers people's prayers, is through the angels, right? And they help God to, you know, maybe answer the prayers and maybe give you things that you might need in terms of like trying to do God's will or something in some degree. I don't know. Take that with a big grain of salt. I don't know if that's correct or not, but forest. Why does it look similar like to Pokemon? I'm actually not too sure. I'm not too sure actually. But when I was younger, I did used to play Pokemon. It's kind of weird that you did bring up Pokemon. Okay, so now I think if other people were to mention, I feel like if I were to mention this to other believers, they'd be like, "Hey man, why are you talking about this? You shouldn't be talking about this." Well, the thing is at the time I wasn't a believer. I mean, I grew up in the church, but I never really believed until I was older, right? But when I was younger, I was super into Pokemon. Like, everybody my age was into Pokemon, bro. You know, like everybody. But the thing is that I don't know about you, but my favorite Pokemon back in the day were psychic type Pokemon, right? The psychic type Pokemon. And what's funny actually about the psychic type Pokemon is that there's actually one, if you watch the old school Pokemon anime, the show, what's funny is there's actually this thing with Misty with a cross. It's so hilarious. Let's look it up. Like, Misty with a cross. And what's funny about this is it's just like, I don't know, what I just find funny about it is like this one right here. The only cross I've ever seen in Pokemon is in this episode right here, and I just find it funny. It's just so hilarious. That shield and the sword, not the forest. Oh, you okay? Water type? Yeah, I like the psychic type, right? I just thought it was kind of funny, like, you know, how Misty would just be like holding up a cross, like, you know, it's just so funny. It's just like, I feel like they would never do that in like, imagine doing that in today's age. Like, I bet like they would not allow that. Like, they'd be like, "Hey man," because I feel like a lot of companies, they don't even want to promote a cross, right?
because the cross is just such a, like, you could see that symbol from a mile away, right? And I feel like they would never, but in the, you know, when this came out, I guess that was okay, right? And I just thought that was funny. And you know what's weird about like the whole thing is, like, I think the psychic type Pokemon, psychic energy card. I know it sounds weird. I know some people be like, oh, well, that's like some sort of secret organization or something like that, right? But, you know, like, this was the old energy card for the psychic type Pokemons, right? I thought that was cool. And some people get really tripped out by seeing this eye. They'd be like, oh, well, that's part of some sort of secret organization. And you know, the thing about it, how I see it, is there are many things about eyes in Scripture, right? Like, there's one passage about, like, we need to be careful about our eyes, and also about even about the angels. Or I think the 4 living creatures, right? Supposedly the 4 living creatures have eyes on their wings. They also have eyes on their wheels, and they have eyes, like, they have a bunch of eyes, right? So eyes always kind of trip me out a little bit. But yeah, psychic type Pokemon. That was my jam back in the day, man. Let's see here. But now it's dark type. Okay, huh. Okay, so we got 4. Let's draw our next card. Okay, we got Silver Knight. Silver Knight. Oh, you know what? That's actually very interesting about this card, because we covered Archangel Michael today, and this is the flavor text on this. Hammer out your doubts as you forge your weapon to slay a dragon. Your resolve must be stronger than your steel. It's just a little strange that was the flavor text today, and we just did a Bible study on Michael, right? I just found that weird. I don't know. Mist Raven reminds me of Elijah. I left by accident. It's all good. No worries. Okay, last card of the day. Field of Souls. And I actually might be able to play this card out today. Or this hand. So, let's see if I can play this out. I don't think actually, let's just see. I'm going to see the next 2 cards just to see if I could play it out. This card, nope. Nope. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to play it. No worries. That was the hand for today. Okay, let's get into riding bikes. The Watchers. Remember that. It's just so strange, man. The Watchers. That's what some angels are mentioned in the Book of Enoch. It's just weird, right? I think the Watchers, how the Watchers are mentioned, and then in Hebrews 13:2, right? You never know who's an angel or who's not, right? Just strange, man. Just remember to just show hospitality to strangers and stuff like that, and try to entertain them. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some more coffee real quick, and we're gonna get into stretch marks with me. Okay, let's do this. Let's go. Alright, let's do some of these stretches while we charge this phone up. Okay. Dude, I feel like my knee's like fully healed, but that's what it feels like. It's crazy, actually. And keep stretching it out. It feels like it's still just like a little bit. I guess no, man. It literally feels like it's the same now as my other leg, which is crazy, right? I don't know. I mean, I'd like to maybe think I have one more good fall until I have to like maybe get surgery with something, but I don't know. It's still going strong, so that's another reason why we're kind of riding flatland a lot more than what I used to ride. I used to ride a lot more like street and stuff. I still do that stuff, but I'm a little bit more hesitant. Like I feel like I can't just be as like, you know, as buck as I used to be. Just kind of like not caring if I get hurt or whatever. But I've been digging the flatland journey. In the beginning, I kind of didn't really want to get into it, but this knee injury actually really kind of like forced me to learn it. Well, I guess not forced me to learn it, but kind of pushed me in that direction. And now I really enjoy it. Now it's very, very fun doing flatland. And I find it very challenging. So I think today we're going to focus on just tricks I'm not very good at. I actually might do a Reddit stream too. I might start doing that. Maybe start doing 2 streams at once actually. Since I'm not on affiliate, if you get on affiliate, I think on Twitch, they don't allow you to stream on multiple platforms, right? But since I'm not on affiliate, I think I'm able to stream as many places that I want. So that's cool. Okay, let me push this back a little bit. Get this in the right angle. This needs to be over here a little bit more. Push this up. Go. Okay. Let's do some bike maintenance. Oops. Come on. That sounds weird. All right, we're gonna try and do some backyard no-handers. On the copyright-free album. Lately, this has been the warm-up doing backyard no-handers. Because I really, really want to learn this trick. If anybody has any tips for this trick, I'd love to hear it. I think I just gotta your muscle memory just needs to totally get rewired to learn this trick, I think that's all it is. Just muscle memory. Like, I can almost get into it. I'm getting into it a lot more now. So I think what's weird about this trick is that there's a strange scuff pattern. Because if you see like my other scuff tricks that I do, I can be like very there's a bigger range of scuff that you can do. But I feel like with this one, you have to be so precise, because if you mess up one of the scuffs, like your body weight's in just such an awkward position that your bike just wants to either flip over or it wants to just go down like super fast, right? So you have to like really be like precise with your scuff. But I don't know, I see people not scuffing it too. I see people doing it this. I mean, maybe that's what I should try and learn. Like how to glide it. I have seen some people that go like this. Like this. They scuff it once and they'll just start gliding it. But I feel like that's even harder. It's like, I don't know. Like, how do you even glide? I don't even know. Oh, come on. I at least gotta let go of my hands once. Before I move on. Nope. Man, what's weird is when people do this trick, they make it look so easy. This trick's been taking me a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. I thought this trick was just going to like be kind of not that hard to learn, to be honest, but at this point I feel like this trick right here has been taking more time than a lot of other flatland tricks I've been trying to learn. This one in particular. So many little things you gotta do. And it might also just be the ride-in. I think the ride-in's just really weird. But I feel like it's the easiest ride-in so far that I've seen. It's super inconsistent. This stream is probably so boring for people. Oh well. You get to see how long it takes me to learn this trick. Because I've been after this one for like a year and a half. And like I still don't have it down. It's ridiculous. Oh, see, that was doing sick. It's like weird because like when I take my hands off, it's like I start panicking. I'm like, ah. And like if you don't have that right angle when you take your hands off, like you just can't like hold it in there, right? So you gotta like have that right scuff. Maybe that's what I should just learn. I should learn just how to do this. What sucks is there's not really a how-to on how to do this ride-in. So, I just had to learn it through trial and error. So if you're out there and you know how to do this ride-in and you see what I'm doing wrong, I'd love to hear it, man, because like, it probably helped me a lot. See, it's like I didn't get that right. You gotta get this right angle. There's this angle that you can like, it's weird. There's like a little angle that you can get and you can take your hands off. But if you don't get into that right angle, you can't take your hands off. Like you have to do it. It's weird. And you have to like kind of like lean back a little bit too, because like if you're too far forward on the bike, you can't take your hands off because you're not in that angle. You have to be like, I don't know, it's weird. See, like that one, I almost held it for a little bit. It's just hard to land. Well, I took my hands off a couple times, right? Guess we'll move on. Let's do some probably some fire hydrants. Alright, let's do some fire hydrant decades. And you got to make sure your brakes are working pretty good for that, for the fire hydrant a decade. Like my brakes keep slipping. Nope. Oh yeah, I was trying to learn multiple boomerangs, huh? Sorry about that.
You know what? I think I'm just gonna start learning like just more boomerang stuff, because I feel like if you land anything in this position, you can get into a boomerang, right? I really thought that this was on copyright. I guess not. Let's see, is this on copyright? I don't think this is on copyright. That was cool. Decade track stand boomerang. See, that's what I'm trying to start to get into. I want to do like multiple, I want to do multiple decades, multiple boomerangs. They're just really hard. Darn. So this is a new one I learned this week. Track stand to boomerang. Well, I thought I learned it. Oh, come on.
yeep, yeep, yeep. My bad if my stream's boring. Just trying to learn these tricks. Probably seems super boring to watch. I can only imagine it's super boring to watch, but well. I'm just trying to learn these tricks, man. Dude, this song's sweet. I dig this song. I wish it was like longer, like a playlist. It's gonna end soon. I've really been digging the drum and bass stuff. It's like it's kind of easier to find copyright-free drum and bass stuff than it is to find other stuff. It seems like so much stuff is on copyright. Restart this. For a song. Oh yeah, that's actually. I need to learn how to do like backward rides. So check this one out. You want to learn how to backyard ride or backwards ride? I want to get out of this one in that way. Oh my god. That's hard. It looks so easy, but it's actually kind of hard for me to do. It's like awkward. I'm not used to it. Ah. Okay, I need to learn how to do this differently. My pedal's in the wrong position. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the peg instead of the... Okay. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't think that's gonna work. It's so strange. Like, why can I do it on my pedal, but I can't do it on my peg? Oh, it must be my weight placement. What's wrong with it?
Oh yeah, that's what I want to learn too. How do you do that? I never really learned how to mega spin. Do 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 do. Let's see, is my stream even working? Should be. Okay. 1 hour, 14 minutes. Bro, how do I even do that?
Why are these tricks taking me so long to learn? I'm gonna learn them faster. Let's see here. Oh yeah, there's that one too. The windshield wiper to decade. I kind of want to learn that one. So we do windshield wiper to decade. I've never done this one. Ooh, okay, that one's going down. Cool line right there. Come on. I'm like scared I'm gonna run out of room. Come on. It's like weird. It shouldn't be that hard actually. Just like not committing. Come on, dude, what is going on? I'm wondering like if I'm just gonna spin like that. Maybe I don't have enough room in here. Dude, that one's gnarly. He just holds it like that, huh? Let's see if we can try and learn this one. There's this dude that spins and he jams his foot and he just keeps spinning somehow. Let me see what he's doing. What is he doing this crazy trick? He's like doing a bar spin in it too. Bro, dude, that's gnarly. How do you do that? Okay, I see what he's doing. I see what he's doing. Really weird. There's this dude that does no-handed bar spin. Let's see how he's doing that. It's crazy. Bro, that looks so insane. I have no idea how this dude's doing this. What is that? That's like a no-handed mega spin. But he like doesn't mega spin, he just stalls it with his foot. Well, that's crazy. There's this dude that does a mega spin. He's doing a mega spin, jams it with his foot. And just going around in a circle. Gnarly. I don't even know how he's doing it. I think that's what I need. I need to learn the like the mega spin, and then you just stop it with your foot, and then you bar spin it. I think that's how I learned it. He's doing a really, really tight circle. Dude, that was gnarly. Let's see how he's doing that. He literally does this and does a bar spin no-hander. Who knows how to do this one? Weird. I guess maybe I should learn the mega spin, huh? How in the world is this dude doing that? He's just learning how to jam his foot in there. That's what he's doing. He's not even doing a mega spin. He's just doing it like a jam spin. Look at that, kind of. That's a cool trick. I like that. That one, I feel like, takes a bit of time to learn. It's a very awkward one. Oh, look, he did one scuff, I think. Oh, no, he doesn't do a scuff. Oh, that's weird. He jams it behind his leg. It's weird. He, like, puts his foot right behind his leg. Right there. That's weird. That's how he's jamming it, like that. Behind his leg. Kind of like a weird one. This is tilted up super high, huh? There we go. Let's look up how to mega spin. maybe that's what's wrong with this. For some reason I cannot open up my stream on here. What's that? Okay, let's see if it's gonna load. For some reason it hasn't been loading on here. I don't know why. Isn't that due to fire? Why isn't it loading? Come on. It's weird. Like, it doesn't want to load on here. I don't know why. Just gonna put that. There we go. It's like lagged out or something. I wonder if my stream's just super lagged out. Just look it up. What is going on? Oh well. Well, it's on here. That's the weird thing. Does not make any sense. So I'm trying to get the stream to work. It's like lagged out. Like doesn't want to load on. It's hard for me to see the chat if I don't have it open, so it's like, I don't know. My internet's all messed up or something. So weird. I wonder if it's like that for anybody else's. Is anybody watching this? Is my stream not even loading? It seems like my stream's not loading. I don't know why. I don't even think my stream's working. It's weird. Let me look it up. Because I think some other people have been mentioning this problem. Like the stream's not loading. Let's see here. Twitch not loading. Might just be my internet. Okay, yes. A bunch of people have been having this problem, I guess. Twitch drops support for numerous browsers. Maybe that's what it is. Seeing an error. How did they do that? That's weird. Huh. Looks like a bunch of people are having some bug issues. I guess yesterday Twitch wasn't even working, so. Okay, tech support. This person. I don't even know if my stream's even on. That sucks. Oh well. It says it's working, but for some reason I can't load it on the internet. This person has the same issue. I can't use Twitch at all. It all started with me not being able to use channel plans. An unsupported browser? Bro. Why did they change the browser thing? Like, why would they do that? Twitch moderator view issues. Okay, so a bunch of people are having some issues right now. Okay, I'm not the only one. I don't even know if my stream's even working. Oh well. It says it's working, but it's not loading, so I think something's wrong. My bad, my stream's not working.
work. Trying to just learn how to ride backwards in here in this little tight area. It's kind of hard. I always run into something. I need to learn how to like turn going backwards. Hard in here. Fudge. I know these tricks probably seem really cheesy, but I can't really do them very good, so. Okay, they're fun.
me, anyway.
There's actually one, oh my goodness, that ride is gnarly, dude.
Look, 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 look. I wonder if there's like a how to ride backwards. Let's look up how to ride backwards BMX. Because I feel like I can't go in a circle. Does anybody else have that problem? I can ride, like if I'm riding outside, I can ride, backwards, I just can't go in a circle for some reason. How to ride backwards BMX. Why can't I do these tricks? Gosh, man. Hard. fudge, I haven't landed anything today. Brutal. Well, let's see if we can land one of these like backward things. Backward ride outs. Oh. Lips, darn it. Rip my shoelace thing. Let's give this a go.
Ah.
Trying to get in a candy bar. Come on. I don't know why this is so weird. It doesn't want to catch and go over. Dude, I actually think I could go into a backyard from that. I wonder if that's like another combo I could go into. And my brakes don't want to work on me. They keep like slipping a little bit. I'm like super close to it. That's it. My brakes keep slipping. What's wrong with these things? They shouldn't be slipping like that. Oh, somebody said something. What's up, brother? What bike you rocking? I am rocking. Sorry, I didn't look at the chat. I am rocking a Colt. I think it's a Colt Shorty. I actually don't really know. I'm pretty sure it's a Colt Shorty. Shout outs to Robbie Morales over at Colt Crew. He hooked it up with his frame. He hooked it up with like 3 frames already. So this one's been lasting for a really long time. I've modded it quite a bit at the moment. Got some animal wheels, Colt sprocket, shadow pedals. I think these are kink forks. I think these are S&M bars, Colt stem. Got some modded levers right here. Trigger lever. This is a Tech 77 with a modded lever right here. Got some Odyssey cables. This is like a mountain biking seat. These are, I think these might be fit cranks. They haven't broken me yet though. This is one flatland peg my buddy Ryan Russell gave to me. He actually gave me a whole set of them, but right now I'm only rocking one flatland peg. I have a G Sport hub guard. These are Primo rims front and back. I think that's about it. I think these are Desert Creek bar ends. And yeah, that's basically my bike right there. Do you ride? Sorry, I didn't look at the chat. My bad if you left. Twitch has been having some trouble, so I can't like watch my own stream. So generally, that's how I see the chat. Is I'm watching my own stream and I get to see what people are asking. But I haven't been able to do that lately. Still here, man? I guess not. Sorry about that, dude. It's been brutal. I haven't been landing anything lately. I guess I've been kind of more in learning mode. I think it's about time to go to the ski park though. I'm gonna go check. I need to see the weather. What's the weather like? And then we're probably gonna go to the skate park. My streams have been way shorter lately because, holy moly, the weather's awesome right now. Alright. Okie dokie, everybody. Didn't land a single thing today. Brutal, but it's okay. We're like, I'm kind of more in like learning mode, right? So basically you're getting to watch everything I am not good at, right? And you get to watch me fail at everything for multiple attempts. I'm going to leave it on a Bible verse, and then I'm going to go to the skate park. Unfortunately, I wish I could take the stream to the skate park. I just don't have the right internet. And the weather's been getting cooler, so I've just been riding outside more. But I'm not going to stop streaming. We're going to continue to stream. It's just, you know, I've been digging the skate parks lately. So let's see here. I'm going to leave it with a Bible verse. Trust in the Lord and do well. Dwell in the land and befriend faithfulness. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in Him, and He will act. Psalms. Anybody that watches these, thanks for tuning in. I kind of don't know why people would be watching these things, to be honest. These streams are kind of more for my own motivation to continue to keep going, right?